You spent your youth in the library fortress of Candlekeep, under the kind tutelage of your foster father Gorion. Imoen shared this home, a kindred spirit. Her background was as mysterious as your own. Gorion's murder brought answers to your questions when his killer Saravak was revealed to be your brother. You and Saravak were a product of the time of troubles, a chaotic period when gods were made flesh and forced to walk the earth. One such deity foresaw his own death and walked the land before the cataclysm. He left a score of mortal offspring, intended to be the fuel for his rebirth. The god was Baal, Lord of Murder, and you are one of his children. Saravak sought a war of sacrifice to prove his worth, believing he could become the new Lord of Murder. You killed your brother, sending his taint back to Baal.
He said taint.
You were the hero of Baldur's Gate, but some suspected you shared the same lineage as Saravak. You departed soon after, under circumstances much darker than anyone would have believed. They came as you rested, figures cloaked in mist that clouded your thoughts, blurring the lines between consciousness and dreaming. There was no malice or hatred, no mention of an old score, only quick capture and the promise of grim deeds to come.
I remember this scene terrified me as a kid. Not as a kid. Late teen, early adult. John Irenicus. It is a masterpiece, Chris Nelson. Well, doing something a little different tonight. I normally don't stream at night. I normally don't. However, I felt a little inspired tonight and wanted to just jump in and play around with Baldur's Gate 2, which is a great game. I was doing a playthrough maybe about 6 months ago. Then I got sidetracked with something else. I don't remember what. Anyway, this is not a thing. We're doing a one night thing. We're just gonna jump in and play around with some stuff, just for fun. And then tomorrow we'll be back to doing Baldur's Gate 3 stuff. Let's create a character. What pre-generated characters do they have? Oh, I guess never mind. All right, new game. We're gonna do a male. One thing I never did like about the character creation process was having you. Hey, Chris, what is that green or yellow to you? I think because it's almost a type of green. So I'm looking at this stream right now, and it looks really weird on the stream. It almost looks like it's kind of transparent. I may not be able to wear that shirt while I'm streaming. One of the things I've never liked about the character creation process for Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 is doing the photo first. Like, the photo should be one of the last things I do, because I don't know what I want to create yet. I really don't. So let's I don't really care about the character picture right now, so we're gonna ignore that for the moment. What I want to do is figure out what I want to play, just to play around. Because one of the cool things about this game is you jump in at like level, I don't know, 6, I think 6 or 7 is when you start off, so you actually get quite a few abilities and things at your disposal. Let's see here. We're gonna do an elf. God, I love 2nd edition. Look at these stats. Thaco. And they even did it with a 0 instead of an O. I love it. 5% open locks, pickpockets, move sound. I'm not gonna do a thief. Let's look at classes. This is what I really want to do. I want to figure out what I want to be. I could be a straight up fighter. I could go for a ranger build and be pew pew. Let's see. We get Minsk and Jahira at the beginning and Emowin. Can you do a monk in this game? I don't see the monk here. I think the monk was in Icewind Dale, right? I don't remember. What versions of thieves are there? Assassin, poison weapon. I might be convinced to do an assassin. We'll see. I don't want to do a I don't want to do mage because the last playthrough I was doing a few months ago, I have a hard save that's a mage. So I'm not gonna do that. Wizard Slayer. This warrior has been specially trained by his sect to excel in hunting and combating spellcasters of all kinds. Each successful hit bestows a 25% cumulative effect of spell failure on the target. I get +1 magic resistance per level through level 19, alternating 5% and 1% magic resistance from level 20 onwards. But I can't use any magic items apart from weapons and armor. It's not that big of a deal. By the way, where's the druid? Is it under cleric? I feel like I'm not seeing some of the options here. I guess maybe you can't be a druid. Gary Bell says Fighter Mage is a classic. Chris says Thaco is something I do not miss. I never had a problem with Thaco, but I grew up playing. I started with first edition, and then I love second edition AD&D. It's my favorite edition. Some people like 3.5 because that's what Pathfinder spun out of. Chris played. Did you? I'm sorry, you're busy. Sorry, Chris is reading something. I'll ignore. I don't want to ask her questions right now. Chris played 5th edition with us last year, I think. I haven't played this in so long. I feel like there's some options missing. Like I don't see a druid here. Anyway, I never got into 3.5 because I was busy with other stuff. I liked 2nd edition, and then we got into 5th edition to play with Chris, because Chris had never played. My brother had never played 5th edition, so I think 5th edition is pretty good. Some people don't like it. I did like it quite a bit. Somebody just did some super chats. Ancient Entity coming in with a $10 super chat. Thank you much, Ancient Entity. Says, let's throw support for the one-off night stream. Woot woot. I'm almost always a human hammer on these types of games. One man in plate armor wielding a hammer the size of a tree trunk coated in enemy blood. What did you do? You played a ranger? in Dungeons and Dragons when we played tabletop, right? Yeah, you played an Elven Ranger the first time, and then the second campaign, which was our campaign, played a. Oh, you played a thief. I remember you played like a boat captain. You were a pirate, like a swashbuckler. Thank you for playing, Chris. I appreciate it. Everybody needs to send Chris love and support because her fingers hurt because she cut her fingers yesterday with the. She had an accident yesterday because the neighbor was being ridiculous and distracting her. Can I borrow your machete? No. Gary Bell says first edition at AD&D was a blast. Bards though were something else. Same with Sonics. 1 D&D looks interesting in testing. It's really just 5th edition with some spice. Speaking of which, can you not be a bard either here? I'm not seeing a lot of the options that I remember being available here. Maybe I'm just misremembering because I haven't rolled a character in so long. All right, I need to stop talking, guys, and actually create a character, so we can play a little bit tonight. Here's the reason, guys. Normally I don't do streams, guys, because I'm in bed. I am usually asleep. Chris actually is in bed right now, ready to go to sleep, and the problem is, so Artemius isn't here right now, but he was teasing me the other night because I was saying I was going to go buy a bottle of whiskey to celebrate getting 10,000 followers. So Chris went to the store today and very kindly bought me a bottle of tequila, which is a very good tequila. And so I had tequila and hamburgers at like, thank you, Chris, and at like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, and then I passed out and I slept like 2 hours from like 3 to 5. I woke up at like 5:30 and was like, oh my god, this is not good. I'm not gonna sleep tonight. So since I slept all afternoon, I'm actually gonna stay up tonight and play for a few hours. So that's why you're getting me tonight. Casual Gladio said, I've been thinking to kill time in August, and for some reason, replaying BG2 never occurred to me. Well, guess what? Do it. Do it, Casual. Look, I tell you what, that, I like the idea of a ranger. I think I'm going to go with a ranger, because it's easy, and I don't have to do anything special, and I can just go with the archer build tonight. And it's something super simple. I don't have any special abilities. It's just sit there and pew things. I could go straight up for a fighter and go for the Wizard Slayer. Fuck it, I've never done a Wizard Slayer. Let's do it. However, we got to go back real quick because I got to get a different. I need a different picture. I'm definitely gonna go human, I think. And I got ice, guys. I'm sorry. I have a fixation with ice when I was drinking a bunch of water tonight. Ooh, that might work right there. That's a good picture. Pedepano says, it took so long for me to learn 5th edition for BG3 that I didn't want to learn another edition to play BG1 or 2. Pillars of Eternity I played 2, and that kind of goes 2. I'll tell you what. So I've done some video. I've done a lot of videos on Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2 actually, and one of the things that impressed me so much about Obsidian is they created their own system completely from scratch from Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2. So it's completely different to Pathfinder. It's completely different from Dungeons & Dragons. It's their own system. It's crazy. But the nice thing is that you can play Pillars of Eternity on easy mode, and you never have to actually... you don't have to pay attention to the mechanics if you just play easy mode. And they have that here in the Enhanced Edition of BG2. You can... So, Depano, here's a suggestion I would give you. You wouldn't have to learn the system if you don't want to for this game, or BG1, because the Enhanced Editions have a story mode that you can click, and it basically makes your character impossible to kill, and you don't have to worry about like all the stats and all this other stuff because you're just playing for the story at that point, which is actually kind of fun. Oh, these are all the new, I guess these are, ooh, I like that right there. Oh, that's it. I'm not even looking further because I am getting older now, so that's I can't do the goatee like he does because I can't grow it on the sides of my mouth, but I've got the gray down. All right, let's do human. We're gonna go. Oh, guys, I'm an idiot. I forgot that some of the classes are race-bound. So here's the monk and the bard and everything else. Never mind. I was herping derping. Here's the druid. I forgot. Deadfire is one of the best RPGs I have ever played. I honestly I love BG2, but Pillars of Deadfire for me, Deadfire is at the same level as Baldur's Gate 2. It is such a good game. It's such a huge game. The ship combat is so much fun. I love it. Being a pirateer. All right, I forgot about the fuck. Now do I really want to be? Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop being stupid and I'm just gonna go do it. Let's do it. Wizard Slayer. Alignment, chaotic good, as always. Abilities. Oh, this is where we're gonna re-roll for a bit. 77. Let's see if we can get this up. 78. Out of curiosity, let's go ahead and drop this 10. So back in the day, 1850 is not bad. All right, that's a store. Let's re-roll. Let's see if we can. Ooh, there's an 82. 1883 is pretty good. 18. Is that Sam? Do you want me to say hi to Sam? Sam, you want to come here and say hi to everybody? What's up, buddy? Oh, are you purr? You're stressed because of the other cat that showed up, aren't you? You want to say hi to everybody? You're a good boy. You watching mommy? You watching mommy? What you doing? Sam's our big baby. He's the only one who likes to be cuddled, really. Well, Lucas sometimes, but only in the bed. But Sam's the only one that lets us pick him up and carry him around. All right, let me shut up and actually make this fucking character so we can get in here, guys. I'm going to store that. So we had an 82. I want to see if I can get higher than an 82 for total points, guys. I don't want to spend a ton of time here, but we are going to spend a little bit of time to see if I can maybe get something a little bit better. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. And if I sat here and spent 6 hours, I could probably get the perfect rolls, but it's not that big of a deal. Because gear will make up for... Oh, there's an 84. That's definitely better. Let's go ahead and take that charisma up to 16. Dexterity doesn't matter too much because I'll be wearing plate mail, so all my defense is going to come from the plate. So, all right, that's good enough. I'm not going to sit here and try to get more. Let's move on. Skills. I got 6 proficiency slots. Ancient Entity says, I like the Champions of Norath games on PS2. I've heard that. I never played them. Cashiel says, living in a coastal city like San Diego, I get the urge to play Deadfire every summer. Gina says, loved your Rings of Power content. Trying to send you $100. I owe you that. Oh, no worries. Yeah, you should be able to do it through SuperChats. I'm not. There's like a custom amount button down there. I've never played around with that too much. Peta Pano says, I'm inclined to play Druid in Baldur's Gate 3, but low charisma is a pain. Like I had to kill those tieflings holding the Zell because I couldn't deceive them. Just started BG2 portraits. Hang on, I lost the chat here. Portraits and things are better. Imported my BG1. That's another aspect of these games, which Pillars of Eternity did as well, which is the ability to import your characters from one game into the other. Although I will say, when I was doing the testing for the console versions of Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2, you cannot transfer characters on the console editions of Pillars 1 and 2. You could only do that on the PC. I was very disappointed when I was doing that testing a few months ago because I played through the entirety of Pillars of Eternity 1 on the Xbox, went to go import my character into Deadfire, and I couldn't because it wouldn't let you. It only works on the PC. I was like, no! Alright, we are going to be a two-handed sword wielding warrior. I'm not going to worry about sword and shield. So probably we're going to go two-handed sword. We're going to go all 4 points into two-handed sword. I might also take some points in halberd. Oh no, no I won't. No I won't. Hold that. I gotta go back 1 point. We'll drop that down to 3 because I forgot about this right here. Two-handed weapon style. I can only take 2 points, so let's do that. Appearance. We don't want blue. Blue is ugh. Oh, that's not bad. Let's do. Ooh, that's nice right there. What color is that? It's kind of a weird green. I can dig it. All right, we got some voices here.
Ha! The power! The power! I grow weary. You're boring me. You will
Have at you!
No.
Batter them into bloody rubbish! Ah!
So these are the new voices. That's interesting.
Ah! No one is more worthy. Let's do this quick and painful.
I'm going with this one. Let's do this quick and painless. That works for me. Name. Renfail, of course. So here's what I was talking about earlier, Depano. For this game, if you did want to jump in and play, they have what's called story mode. You can't die in combat, which is really nice. Gary Bell says, I'm hoping Wheel of Time Season 2 does the Sanchin proper and does not make them up. They looked a little funky at the end of Season 1. I will tell you one thing I'm looking forward to in Season 2 is they've added colors to Sadar. And hopefully Satan as well. But the one power actually has colors now, which is really cool. Ancient Eddie says, I hear Laser Heat and Vision, I hear Laser Heat visioned 2 guys to death on Quality DMZ. And it's an event with the show The Boys where temporary superpowers and skins from the show. That's awesome. Dude, The Boys is such a good show. Yeah, I'm super stoked for the next season as well. Do you have battery, Chris? Alright, we're going to venture forth.
Ah, the
Child of Baal has awoken.
It is time for more
Experiments.
experiments. The pain will only be passing.
You should survive the process.
Interesting. You have much untapped power. Do you even realize your potential?
More intruders have
No, it's longer than 20 hours, Depano. It's definitely
They
longer
act
than 20
sooner
hours.
than we had anticipated. No matter, they will only prove a slight delay.
The interesting thing with the first game is that as you dream, you get more abilities, you get the heals and everything else, so you do become more powerful, because technically you are a demigod, you know. Yeah, I like everything
Wake up!
Critical
Come
Role
on!
does.
We have to get out of here.
Emma, what's going on? He messed with your head too, huh? All I know is we're near Baldur's Gate and got jumped. Alright, my journal has been updated. I have awoken in a strange mage's dungeon, and Emma has released me from my cell. We must find a way to escape this place, although I suspect the exits might be barred by magic. We might be able to find a way to leave if we explore the area, although we'll need to be careful because who knows what traps this mage has laid or what guards he employs. I should keep an eye out for weapons and armor to equip myself with. Likely some of my items are hidden somewhere in this complex if he hasn't destroyed them or sold them already. Alright, let's go. Alright. So we've been captured by an evil wizard. You okay? Alright. What is she casting? Detecting traps and illusions.
This place is just too darn creepy. I really want out of here.
There's been a battle, child of Ball. The Enterprise is burning in space. The voice acting is simultaneously good and hammy enough to work. Alright,
Yep.
Emma Wynn. You know what? I wonder if I should, hang on, I want to try something real quick. Gameplay. No, it's probably under graphics. Let's do scale user interface. Oh, that's much better. Much better. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely much better. Okay. Emma.
Gotcha.
F1, F2, F3, F4, F5.
Yeah, I'll see to it.
Oh, take all the things. Oh, I'm already full up on loot. Alright, hold up. Take the key. I probably don't need half this shit. What am I doing? I do want the sword. I can't remember. We may come back here in a minute if so I want the big sword. I want the quarterstaff just in case. I want the splint mail. Let's give that to her to identify. I'll take the potion. Let's give those to her. She can use the dagger. Give the key to her. Give the leather to her. And quick save, which is Q instead of F5, which feels so weird. What is the oh, there it is. It's tab in this game, not alt. Alright, let's let Jahira out.
Quickly, we must get out of here before whoever did this returns. I swear, traveling with you is never dull.
Have you any idea why we're here? No, I do not, and I would rather we further the investigation at a time that was more in our favor. We have friends to find and in time enemies to punish. I will repeat what I believe led to the capture of the must, but that will prove to be different than what is already known by you. Alright, so this is just a repeat of everything we know from Baldur's Gate 1, and what happened in between. Where is Khalid now? I do not know where he is, and that worries me. From the state of my head, I think I may have been drugged. Alright. Your cage is unbarred, let's go. We will leave immediately and celebrate once we're out of this hole. Alright, now she can use the studded leather and give her a shield. Actually, we might just give her a spear and have her go speary. Oh, she can use a spear. Spear is a one-handed? It says two-handed, but how is she able to equip a shield at the same time? Interesting. What's up, Sammy? Why are you crying? Did mommy leave? Did mommy go out into the kitchen and left you behind? Do you need to go out? Dun, 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 dun. Hang on, let me read some stuff here. Melissa's dilemma from the demon person. Keschel says I met Melissa Disney at theater camp in 2003. Had I known she was Emma at the time, I would have asked her about Baldur's Gate. Oh, no doubt. What's his point? What level is my character? Ah, that's a good question. So in this game, Perepano, the first game, Baldur's Gate 1, you level from level 1 to, I think it's 9 or 10. I just did a playthrough last year, but I can't remember what level you get to. I think it's 9 or 10. In this game, you start off as level, let's see, I think you're level 6 or 7. I'm level 7. So you start off as level 7 in this game because you're already a seasoned adventurer. And you can end up, I think, level 20 in this game, and then you can go to like 25 in the expansions. So that's why I have 98 hit points, because I have 18 Constitution and I'm level 7. So you start off quite powerful in this game. As to how long is this game? I want to say that this is around 60 to 80 hours for like just a regular old playthrough, but that if you want to go crazy and do all the things, it's 200 hours to 300 hours. I've heard of people, and I the first time I ever played this game, I got like 300 hours. It is very easy. You can absolutely do a 300-hour playthrough of just the base game of Baldur's Gate 2. Then there's the expansions for Baldur's Gate 2. But the base storyline is like, I want to say like 60, 80 hours for just the base storyline. Graham says, sweet heroin. Alright. Let's get Minsk out of his cage.
It's done.
Ah, Minsk will be free. These bonds will not hold my wrath. Butts will be liberally kicked in good measure.
I always love this because I always just hear Winnie the Pooh every time I Jim Cummings doing stuff. How did we get here? Our travels are the stuff of legend. Our victories the subject of song. How could I not follow to find my friends after they disappeared? I know not who has done this, but I will avenge most viciously the wrongs they... Denher, I will keep their skulls for what they have done. Alright. We must maintain our heads if we are to exit here alive. I will not be the only one to lose my head here today. Denher, my charge and friend, she is dead and I am failure as her guard. I will exact penance from each and every wicked soul that dared lay a finger on. They killed her as I watched, you see. I won't cry for the dead. I won't. Okay, maybe a little, but I will staunch the flow of tears with righteous fury. Lullaby and good night, evil. Minsk will make you pay. Alright. Let's see what I can do, bro.
The bars, they bend and twist with my berserker strength. Minsk and Boo are free. Now you will no.
Well, I didn't get a bottle of scotch, Graham, but Chris brought me home a bottle of tequila. Which is, I was telling everybody earlier, Graham. That's why I'm streaming at night. I normally am in bed by this point, but I drank tequila with my burgers for lunch. And then I passed out and slept from like 3 to 5:30. So I had a long nap today.
Oh, you are a smart one. I understand now. You said what you did just to get me mad. Mad enough to break free. You are as smart as Boo sometimes.
Alright, let's roll, buddy. I will force justice down your evil, evil throats. Dare I ask how you've kept your rodent hidden? Don't ask questions better left to aged sages. Boo is quick and evasive, and there is ever so much of Minsk to search. There is no hope of getting us apart. Ew. I don't really want to think about it too much. That's true. Right you are, Minsk. The butts of evil await your boot print. Let's roll. We shall mop the floor with its buttocks. Alright. Now, can he use a bow? I can't remember. Let's look at his proficiencies. He is a ranger, but I know he's two-handed weapon spec'd. But I want to see. He does have 2 points in longbow. So, I've never done this. I'm actually going to have Minsk be a ranged character. Wait, was there a bow somewhere? Oh, we might not get a bow yet. I think we have to wait till later to get a bow. Alright, well, can he... 2 weapon styles, so he needs a... He can use a mace, though. Huh. Well, as soon as I get him a bow, he'll use a bow, but in the meantime, let's give him...
You point where Minsk goes, evil stands aside.
Let's take the mace. Could take the halberd just to see what he can do with it. Because it is a two-handed weapon. Alright, that's a quick save moment. I've always used him as just a regular old melee character. I give him a two-handed sword and I let him go to town. Alright, that's good.
I'm there.
Alright. The bodies of several black-hooded thieves littered the hallway, slaughtered by a massive release of magical energy. From the distant explosions that you can still hear, it seems as if whatever battle killed these men still rages. Kill it with fire! Did you hear it? Come up here and click the thing.
It is done.
This is a switch of some kind. Alright, the lightning machine stops once you flip the switch. Did she charm that? Or did she summon it? I didn't pay attention. She charmed it. Okay. Interesting.
If it must be done.
Why is he talking to Emwyn and not my character? Ah, I see whom I was talking to. No offense, Emwyn, but I'm curious how Renfail will react to me. I have questions. Be not afraid. How is it that you know my name? What is going on here? Your name is well known amongst those who watch. Your life's thread is bright indeed, though in your path lies many a dark and frayed end. As to easing your mind and answering such questions as those that surely plague you, it is not my place to do. I am sorry. So, of what use can you be to me? Such assistance depends on yourself. Are you prepared to answer a question? I will answer none of your questions. I did not really expect you to sate my curiosity. Farewell. Yeah, I'm not dealing with you. Let's switch these characters around a little bit.
It's probably best left to me.
hold up. Y'all are driving me nuts with the way you're moving, so we're gonna do the follow button. That way there we go. That way my dudes are always up front. And this is one of the reasons I love Baldur's Gate, because of the AI. Because I can just have them run around and do stuff. You okay?
Yeah.
You want to say hi, or are you going to bed? I always pressure her to come say hi. Oh, you look beautiful. You don't have to worry. Her hair's been up in the... Thanks for lunch today. She made me big old... That's why my belly's so big right now, because she makes delicious food, and I had burgers. I had a burger and tequila. And what else? Oh, she made a dulce de coco for... if you've never had dulce de coco... Leia just jumped up on the desk. Somebody else just came in the room, too. Dulce de coco is when you take a coconut and you shred it down into pieces. Then you cook it with, like, this cane sugar. And you render it all down. And does it have milk in it too? Sometimes, like condensed milk, but not this time. And then you render it all down, and it turns into this. And it has cinnamon in it too. It turns into this like sticky. What does it matter, Leia? She's probably stressed for that stray cat that's outside. Do you want to come say hi to everybody, real quick, Leia? You're just stressed, honey. Oh, meow, meow. You want to say hi? No? You're jumping over on the desk. You're not supposed to jump on the desk, honey. What's up? You want to bite my nose? You going to bite my nose on live stream? No? She likes to bite my nose. She gets me in the middle of the night. Was that Mary or Smeagol? That's Mary.
It is strange that we stand about when there is so much to do.
It is yum, Lady Atara, and she made a big batch. So what she does is when we cook it, when it's done, you put it in containers and you put it in the freezer. And you make, 6 containers, and then you take them out when you need. You store them in the fridge, and it turns into this like gooey, sticky,
let's at least find a safer place to do it.
mass of like shredded coconut that's just super sweet and condensed down. And you just go in there with a spoon and you just... It's so good. I did win at life. A little bit. Not gonna lie. How do I turn on... What is the button, everybody? I don't remember the button. Oh, it's this thing right here. There we go. This is the, there's a short bow that's better than nothing. This is that option from the Enhanced Edition where you can just see all the stuff that's on the ground. Although in that case, it didn't show me everything. Alright. We're going to give the bow to Minsk and all the arrows to Minsk. Oh, and the arrows stacked to 100, which is brilliant. It's not a longbow, but we'll use it for now. Yeah, it is amazing. It does take a few hours to make, but it's something. Once you make it, you've got it for the next 6 weeks maybe, because it's not something you're gonna want to eat every single day because it's super sweet. Maybe you do eat it every day. I eat it every day, which is also why I got fat the last year. Because it's just so easy to just reach in the fridge and just take a scoop and be like nom 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 with your coffee. It's so good with coffee. Like, it really is amazing with coffee. But then it's all in the freezer and you just pull a new one out every week and munch on that.
Cover your nose, boo. We will leave no crevice untouched.
A den of stinking evil.
Not a concern.
Next time.
Yeah.
Oh, magical goodies and a scimitar. Oh, that's locked.
What do you want? Good to go.
I hope this is worth it.
Big healing potions. Is that a longbow? Fuck yeah. Come here, Minsk. You just got your big pew pew. Alright. Give these to her. Give those to her. I'll take a healing potion. Give another healing potion to him. Give the arrows to him. Bubbaloni says, never trust Minsk around your crevices. That's true. He might do something with Boo. Boo might get you. Let's do it. It's not. I think I keep hitting F5 to quick save, and I forgot it's not the same here. What was I doing? Oh, I was gonna try to learn spells. Oh, I got lucky there. I got every one of those memorized quickly. Oh, I forgot that she can't use her spells if she's wearing armor. That's right. I forgot. So silly. Oh yeah, web baby. Strength. I don't need strength. Let's take Melf's acid arrow. Let's get rid of summon monster and let's do fireball. I don't want lightning bolt. Let's take. Oops. Let's take a second. No, hang on. Oh my god, I'm herping and derping. We went haste. Fireball. Fireball. Do I have a fourth level? I do. Stone skin, yes. Minor global invulnerability. That's good. I can't do anything here yet, so let's go ahead. Oh, we should check Jahira's spells as well. We're gonna get rid of that and that. We're gonna do a bless and a couple more. Cure light wounds. We're gonna do slow poison, charm person, or mammal. Call lightning, yes. Hold animal, no. I want cure medium wounds. Fourth level, we already have cure serious wounds. That's pretty good. All right. Minsk probably has nothing right at the moment, so let's quick save. Back in the day, I played this with friends from time to time, but I much prefer playing it. Just playing it by myself with my party, because I like the interactions that you have with your companions. Smeagol, how did you get in here? You want out? You want to go out? Is Graham still here? If Graham's still here, I'm going to go show him the tequila I bought because he was talking about scotch and whiskey that I was going to show off the tequila that Chris brought home today. It's really good. I don't know if they import this to the States or not, but it is a premium tequila. Let's see here. I like the I was just talking about this in the video I did today for Baldur's Gate 1. Doing the LAN parties was a lot of fun. This game I actually did multiplayer with friends online because by the time this rolled around, we all had, reasonably steady dial-up internet and stuff. We were able to go online and play with each other. But I don't recall playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 2 multiplayer because I like all of the interactions with the party members, so I just played this game a bunch. Plus, this is before the days of, everyone having tons of internet and everything else, so... and I think when this came out was 2000, something like that, 2001 maybe. So I would have been 2020. I don't remember when this game came out. I think it was was it 2001? 2001. So I was 2021 when this game came out. Black Fist Sue coming in with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Black Fist. Patron's okay. Patron is okay. I will say that if you live in Mexico, Patron is considered an overrated tequila because it's really only marketed in the United States and Mexico, or United States and Canada. No one drinks Patron in Mexico. Here it's Don Julio or Herradura. Those are like the two big brands here. If I had to pick, I would say Don Julio Anejo is my favorite. It's about $50 a bottle, $50 a bottle. But it's good. I'm gonna go get it now and show you guys what we got, because if you like tequila, this is really good tequila. I'll answer your question about BG3 in just a second, Derek. Herradura is really good. To Corona, I fucking hate Corona. Corona is one of the nastiest beers ever. So this is Suaza. It's Agave Azul Hacienda Tequila Reposado, and it's from the Distillería Perseverancia, which was founded in 1873. So this tequila has been being made for well over 100 years, like 150 years at this point.
Boo must have his exercise, lest
This
he
is
bite us all in hard-to-reach
Suaza.
places.
I love the bottle too with the blue rooster. Can you guys see that okay? It kind of looks kind of funky because of the green screen stuff going on. What is going on, Lucas? But this is really good stuff. What does matter, Lucas? You're being an all Twitter pated. But if you like tequila, this is a really good tequila to get. This was about $20 for the bottle. It's a local. It's a Mexican tequila, so you can get it for a reasonable amount of money. And this is the tequila reposado. So this is, if you like the reposado is aged a little bit more than the white. Pretty good stuff, guys. I'm not sponsored by them, but hey, Baldur's Gate and tequila. I'm gonna go put that back in the fridge. I'll be right back.
Nature could find a home here if it were properly cleansed and balanced. It is strange that we stand about when there is so much to do.
All right, coming back, sitting down. Sorry, guys. They got sidetracked because Chris is dealing with the stray cat out front.
This place is just too darn creepy. I really want out of here.
Kahina says, don't want to get my Baldur's Gate 2 spoiled. No worries. It's totally fair if you don't want to have things spoiled. Did not know the M was also from... Yes, BG3 spoiled that. Wonder how that will play out. I don't know either. All right, have some fun with Star Trek Babylonia. Graham's joking with me about the fridge. Black Fist coming in for another super chat for 99. Says, great channel. Learned so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Man, Star Trek Strange New Worlds is so good, guys. I know Babylonian's been enjoying it because he's been sending me. We've been chatting about it.
Den of stinking evil. Cover your nose. We will leave no crevice untouched.
Hang on, why is he using his... I need to get rid of the staff, probably.
Yeah. I'll see to it.
Oh, there's another one. Why are they not attacking? Did I turn the AI off? I turned the AI off by accident. Now, if I remember correctly, somebody...
Right you are.
Yeah, there it is. I was going to say, I remember one of these boxes being trapped. You know what? I'm just going to turn those on so I can stop having to click to figure out which ones I need to touch. Prancing Panda says I should try Red Horse beer. You know, I'm not a huge beer fan. I don't mind beers, but I like dark beers. I like malt. I love malt, like malty beers. Like there's a Mexican beer called Tempus. And they have a double malt. It's literally called Tempus Doble Malta. It is so freaking amazing. It's like caramel. It's like caramel goodness. But I like dark beers. Chris likes dark beers as well. But Chris loves IPAs. Like every time we go to the city or something and there's a brew house, we gotta go because Chris likes hoppy IPAs. I don't mind IPAs when it's I like the fruity IPAs I like grapefruit IPAs, you know, I like the fruity blends. Yeah, Ancient Age, I feel like the second season is definitely better than the first season for Strange New Worlds for sure. It's got its wonkiness. I was telling everybody your love for IPA beers. When we went to Colorado last time, in Loveland, Colorado, there's a pizza place, brewery, and Chris and my sister proceeded to pound like 6 pints. They both got so sauced, it was quite hilarious. I was on driving duty. I only had a couple beers. We were there for about 4 hours, but the two of them just pounded a bunch of beers. Red Horse is a dark beer? Well, I might like it then, Prancing Panda. I might have to check that out. I was talking about this the other night. I'm definitely more of a wine. I'm a wine guy. I like wine. Wine is my big thing, and followed up by Scotch and whiskey. A good Irish or Scottish whiskey, the island whiskeys, I'm a big fan of. Tempus is really good, Prancing Panda, and they've got different. They have like a pale ale. They've got a double malt. What are the other ones that Tempus has? Do you remember? Los tipos de cervezas que Tempus tiene. I don't know if they import to the United States, or export, I should say. They have the pale ale, the double malt. They have a honey. I think they have a honey. Yeah, they've got like a few different types. But they're a Mexico City brewery. It's pretty good stuff. All right. Quick save.
Give me some... What is it?
spells? Oh, probably abilities. Okay.
That's not right. Yahoo!
Why are the girls not following me? I feel like something's wonky with the party AI tonight.
Who be thee? Servants of the Master?
Oh, sorry. Thank you for reminding me, Derek. I'm glad you reminded me because I totally forgot to answer your question because I lost it in the chat. Do I enjoy playing BG3 more solo or with a full party? I think they're both equally fun ways to enjoy. There is a mosquito that I'm gonna have to kill. I like playing Baldur's Gate 3 for the story. And the problem with playing multiplayer is that you lose the story. Because you lose all of the companions, you lose all of the romance options, you lose all of the banter between the party members. So I like that. That's the reason I play these games, is for the story. That being said, Babylonia, myself, and Mujin have been playing multiplayer the past few weeks, and we're going to be playing it once the game goes live. We've just been testing the last few weeks to get all of the kinks worked out so that we're ready to multi-stream and play it for real when it comes out. And we have had a lot of fun playing it multiplayer. But, this is a big but, Derek. The multiplayer in Baldur's Gate 3 is janky as fuck when it comes to the conversation stuff, because it's not, like, the other day, for an example, I was in one zone, Mujin was in another zone, Babylonia went to another zone, and all three of us were like independently talking to NPCs, like getting quests and turning in quests and getting rewards. And it just, you have no way of knowing if someone is having a conversation with an NPC because it doesn't tell you. It's just all of a sudden you'll be sitting there and all of a sudden you get like an XP bump and a journal update and you're like, what just happened? And you have to go to your journal, read the journal, and it's like, oh, somebody just turned in a quest somewhere. And I don't know anything about that quest because I wasn't there for the dialogue. So it would be better if it was like Star Wars: The Old Republic, where in Star Wars: The Old Republic, if you go to have a conversation with someone, it prompts everyone in the group that there's a conversation happening and you all need to join because they do those social points. So you earn points by participating in the conversation, and everyone votes on a conversation option in Star Wars: The Old Republic, and there's a dice roll that happens. And whoever wins the dice roll, that's the option that gets that goes to the NPC. That's the option that gets chosen for the conversation. That doesn't happen in Baldur's Gate 3. In Baldur's Gate 3, people can be off doing their own things, and it just doesn't feel very good. Also, as an example, if someone is, goes and takes a bio or has to answer a phone call or something, you can, in Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, if you try to leave an area, you must gather your party before venturing forth, right? You're prompted that you need to go with your whole group. You can't leave this area unless your whole group is with you. That doesn't happen in Baldur's Gate 3. So you can leave your party behind and go off gallivanting on your own, run into trouble, or worse, your party members can get left behind because they had to answer a phone call or something. So there is some jankiness to Baldur's Gate 3 multiplayer. Now, I don't know if they've fixed that for the launch version, but at least the early access version has been very wonky. So, yes, I like multiplayer in Baldur's Gate 3, but it's not as fun for me as the single player because I like the storyline from all my companions. But I will also say that I have great fun playing with my friends. So it's nice to have a different perspective. Plus, I can play a different class in a different makeup. So I think the multiplayer for me is going to be more about doing the crazy shit that's really experimental with your friends, where you're just doing things to get a good laugh. And we want to put on a show because we're going to be multi-streaming it. Mujin's going to be streaming it. I'm going to be streaming it. So there's going to be a little bit of a show element to that. So I think if you're doing it for that perspective, it's kind of a different way to play the game. But I definitely play Baldur's Gate games for the story, which is why I'm going to do an episode about this very soon because I've had multiple people commenting on my videos complaining that they're not able to create a custom party from scratch for Baldur's Gate 3, and I have to keep reminding people, well, that was never a thing for Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, right? Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 was you create a character, you're a child of Baal, you're a Baal spawn, you meet party members, you meet NPCs, they come into your party, you find lots, especially in Baldur's Gate 2, there are so many characters you can meet that can join your party. And then they have their quests and they have their factions and you can romance them and everything else, and there's banter between the members. That's one of the appeals. The party from scratch thing was Icewind Dale. Like Icewind Dale 1 and 2, yes, you create your whole party from scratch, and then the idea is that you're that party of adventurers who are meeting together in a tavern somewhere. So yeah, it's a different thing. Ancient Andy says they need to fix the dialogue with party where your party members' dialogue was shown to you. Yes, absolutely. Like when Babylonia talking with people progressed stuff you didn't see. Exactly. It's a little wonky in Baldur's Gate 3 right now. Is that Smeagol? He was just in here sitting in my chair crying at the window because he wanted to go out. He's stressed because of the stray cat. Did you see the video I sent you earlier where he was like biting my hands and stuff because he's being a big cuddle bug? Alright, by the gods, what happened to you, man? I'm dying, dead. I remember not which. Where is the master? Who is the master you speak of? Alright, I have no idea who the master is. He is the one who's imprisoned me, and if so, he'd best not come within reach. Strangers be ye. Things have been bad since I have died. Threaten not the master, for you shall surely perish. Driven is he, power he seeks. How do we escape, friend? Prisoners? Truly I have been dead, but not dead too long. I seek release. Can I be of assistance?
Release? Yes. Master, I no longer wish to come back.
So this is a very interesting insight in who John Irenicus really is. By the way, wow, that's a good idea. Hang on, guys. I'm tabbing out, which, real quick, because I want to. I'm going to lose the sound for a minute because I want to put this in my notes. Did he just go under the covers with you? He's going to go cuddle with you and go to sleep. That'd be a really cool YouTube episode to do, like a story episode on who John Irenicus is and his whole backstory, because it's a very tragic tale, and it's kind of like the it's not the same type of story, but like if you look at the prequel, the Star Wars prequel films, the story of Anakin Skywalker is an extremely tragic tale of a man who did everything for love. And John Irenicus' tale is very similar in that everything he does is for love of the woman that he lost. And his pursuit of trying to, get her back. And it's so tragic because, it's just such a good story. What? Don't you dare bite my cable, you little poop. Don't even think about it. You destroyed my other headset. This is what he was doing earlier. He just sits here and pulls on that curtain with his teeth. What you doing, buddy? You just wanting to play. Guys, Lucas is being a... we're not quite sure. He's wanting to play or something, but he's jumping up here, jumping on Chris, jumping up on the window. He usually goes out right now, but that stray cat is out and not wanting to leave, and so he's very stressed yet. How can I help? Take the crystals and I can sleep. Okay, I will do it.
I think we go and leave me to oblivion at last.
Sweet sleep.
He's dead now? This pathetic creature.
Hey, Chris, I noticed, have you also been, like, snacking on that other hamburger patty? Because it's half eaten. I've been, like, eating more of the hamburger all day today. Yeah, the small one is for the cats. Frodo was at when I went to get the tequila to show everybody the tequila, I was showing people the tequila you bought today. When I went to the fridge, Frodo was just sitting there. He's like, "Come on, Dad, give me some hamburger. Give me some hamburger." No, he doesn't want dry food right now. Alright. I would not wish to live like this, in a jar. Okay, now that the cells have been removed from Myliv's life support unit, sorry, he's in revival. There's nothing more that one can learn from this tortured soul. Activation still, and that's for the golem. I can't remember, is it down here that you come and use the power cells? Master? Master, is that you? It's been so long and I've been alone for so long. Can you hear me? How very sad what has been done to you.
I know this room. I've been in here. We both have. There are things in these tanks. They used to be people.
Alright, we'll get him back, Emmeline. We'll make him pay for all of this. He said something about releasing power within you so that it could be used. Can we go? We can. I can't remember where I'm supposed to use the cells. Golem has the key. Didn't you leave the key on the table in the jailer's room? That's a tip for the key we just bought got a few minutes ago. Woo! Where did my mouse go? Wonkiness there. Now we get a hint about the djinn and the statue. Oh, that was a yawn. My body's like, what are you doing? You're usually in bed by 8 o'clock. It's 9:30. Are you tired, Chris? No, I just had 2 glasses of water. I'm just debating if we want to watch an episode of The Witcher tonight when I finish. Stay up till midnight. Act like we're young again. Stay up till midnight. We haven't stayed up late in a long time. Like a long time. Oh, when Jedi Survivor launched, I stayed up and played because it launched at like 11 o'clock at night or something. So I stayed up late, and I think it was Jedi Survivor. I think I played from like 11 till 2 o'clock in the morning or something. I don't do that very often, guys, but every once in a while a game launches that I want to play. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna go back here real quick. I want to check something. Alright, we're gonna go in this door. And normally, if you wait, these will come into the equation later. But we're gonna just deal with this right now. So I'm gonna quick save here. I think I need to equip a, I think I have to use a staff, if I remember correctly. I can't remember.
That's not right.
Yeah.
Yep. Can't remember if I can hit it with a sword or not. I vaguely remember like needing...
Yeah.
No, I can hit it with a sword. Never mind.
Yeah.
That was way easier than the first one. Those are worth killing now rather than later because otherwise they come sneak attack you later.
Let's do this quick and pain. Let's do
Great
this
fun!
quick and pain.
Right?
Great fun, right, Boo? Man, we are just chewing through these mobs. This is awesome.
That's not right.
I mean, that two-handed sword I'm wielding is just like chunk, chunk, chunk. So awesome. Alright, quick saveable moment there.
Oh, this reminds me so much of Candlekeep. Dusty old tomes all over, bookcases nearly spilling. It's like we never left.
You finally going to sleep, Lucas? Need to clean your eyes, buddy. You've got like some eye boogers here. Let me clean your eyes, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. No, he's almost sleepy. Good boy, buddy. I just want to go home again, says Imowen. Alright, now if I remember correctly, this is all like spells.
All right, all right.
I don't need the books. I will take the jewelry and the potions. And the scrolls. Any scrolls you have? I think this just leads down to that room we were in earlier. Oh, it's probably not unlocked yet because we haven't given the activation stone to the... Alright, we actually need to probably do that real quick.
I'm there.
Oh, he does have a self-heal. That's interesting. Go ahead and drink the potion. It must be Golem. Open the doors. Here's the stone. Alright, so he'll go around opening doors for us, which is great. Let's go back up here to the library section. I wonder if I can't remember if I can sleep in here, because I need to recoup my spells. Let's see if we can do a quick save here and a sleep. You may not rest at this time. Can I just not rest in here at all? I don't remember that being the case, but...
No problem at all.
Where's this?
Now you see me, now you don't.
This is actually one of those fights where I like doing this kind of stuff. We're gonna drop a web. We're gonna drop a stinking cloud. And then we're gonna run away. I'm gonna bring my dude back up. Because if anybody manages to get through it, we'll get them one at a time. Minsk! Oh, they're gonna run into the... Well, whatever. I quick saved.
Me timber's bad enough without ye bothering me. Why murder his hammer?
Name it. You can count on me.
With vengeance!
Jump on my sword while you can, evil. Aye! That's not right.
That's probably my favorite line from Minsk. Jump on my sword while you can, evil. I will not be as gentle.
Yeah.
Alright.
Those dwarves that attacked us. I read about them when you were skipping out of lessons back in Candlekeep.
Dwergar. Evil dwarves. He's got quite the little setup down here. Got everything he needs, including smiths. For the knives, probably the knives. He has a lot of them. I'm gonna have a couple of scars from this. Looks like you will too. Ugh, I don't care what power this guy thinks he can tap in. He's just sick to the core. We can't ever look back. I agree. Look at that, some magic armor and some acorns. Which are important for a quest later on. I might drop all these weapons. I don't need them for anything. I might as well give this to her instead of the spear, because it's a +1. Hold on to that. Was this a magic sword? Yes. Yeah, Lady Atera, no worries. Glad you got to hang out tonight as well. As my great uncle would say, glad you got to see me. No, but seriously, thanks for being here. I normally don't stream this late at night. But I took a long nap today, so I figured I would. I'm starting to finally feel sleepy, so we'll probably go another 15, 20 minutes, and that'll be about it. But thanks for being here tonight. I appreciate it, Ataro. We'll probably do some more late night streams. I call this late night. It's not late night. It's just nighttime. We'll probably start to do. So I'm starting to stream a little bit more regularly and take it a little bit more seriously, because before I was just focused on video production, and I haven't really focused on streaming this year like I did last year, because I've been just doing lots of video production. But then with Baldur's Gate 3 and all the early access testing, the audience has been growing, and we've been getting, I'd say most days, like when I stream during the day and afternoons, we're getting, I would say the average is like 50 to 60 people on the streams, which is really good. 50 to 60 people, that's a solid start for my channel. So since there's a pretty decent sized audience, I'm starting to stream more regularly. So it's great to see folks turning in all the time. Folks like you, Lady Atara, coming back and repeat offenders, as it would be.
Us all in hard-to-reach places.
Ancient Entity, Prancing Panda, Gary's here, Derek's here, Boboloni was here earlier, Kahina, all these folks, Black Fist. So it's great to see, regular faces and stuff. So I'm trying really hard to stream every single day. Chris and I are putting together a stream schedule right now, so I'll be announcing that sometime next week. So I'm actually going to have a pretty regular schedule moving forward in next month. And I may start to throw some night times, probably only on the weekends, but I'll probably start to do once in a while some nighttime streams as well. But thank you for being here, Atari. I appreciate that. Get some sleep.
This place is
Norman
just too
says
darn
playing
creepy.
Baldur's Gate 2 for the first time
I really
right
want
now
out of here.
on normal. Unfortunately, it gets a bit boring in Throne of Ball. The fights are just too easy in the quest. Yeah, that's the expansion stuff. I personally didn't enjoy. It's a little different. Like the first game, Baldur's Gate 1, the Sword Coast expansion that came after. What's it called? Is it called the Tales of the Sword? I think it's called Tales of the Sword Coast. That's a really good expansion. Like Baldur's Gate 1 had some really good expansions. This one, the base game was amazing enough. The expansion was kind of like, nah. Very short in comparison. Kind of felt anticlimactic.
This way, then?
I will take the potion. Potion? No, potion. Potion. Gotta learn how to speak my own native language. Oh, yeah. Ha ha, Christy. Everybody was making fun of me earlier today for the way I pronounce. What was it? It wasn't milk. Milk was something that Sabine used to tease me about milk. But somebody was making fun of me today because I don't pronounce my L. I can't remember what word it was. It was Mujin. Muji's not here right now, but I would ask. And he was making fun of me because I have a butchered pronunciation. That's pretty fun. This is what's called my upbringing, because I grew up in Missouri. And I've tried really hard to shed the Missouri accent over the years. And that was a long time in coming, because right there, it just came out. Long time in coming. Long time in coming. Down by the creek and the holler, man, living back there in them the hills. It's really easy to slip back into that there. It's not quite a southern thing, because it's not southern. You're not from the south when you're in Missouri. But it's the Missouri. You're in the holler, going down to the creek.
We will leave no crevice untouched.
Legendary Science says the expansion had some of the best boss soundtracks, though. I mean, there's definitely some elements that are worthwhile to it for sure. Alright, I know there's traps in this hallway. There we go. Man, I need to heal, and I can't seem to rest here. I wonder if I can rest now that the dudes are dead. I can! Whoop whoop! need
sure
rest
have
to
some
succeed,
kind of courage
Evelyn.
to sleep in this place. I would have run
Alright.
screaming a dozen times
Let's get
over
going.
if you weren't here.
Not a concern.
Do, 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 do.
Gotcha.
Backstab, Emlyn, backstab.
Next time. This place is just too darn creepy. I really want out of here.
Oh, I'll take the chainmail armor, please. This is the bastard sword, if I remember correctly. Yep. I can't identify the chainmail yet, unfortunately. And this is still good old Thaco, so that you want the armor class to go in reverse. So we actually want the armor class number to go as low as possible. Go Simo! Hang on, what are you talking about, Legendary Cyan? Because this was not composed by Bear McCreary. I'm intimately familiar with Bear McCreary. I follow him on all social media, and yeah, he didn't compose the soundtrack. Did he? Are you saying he composed the soundtrack for? I don't remember him doing the soundtrack for the Throne of Baal. Now I'm gonna go look this up. He would have been. It's Howard Drawson, I think. Yeah, composed by Micah Honig, Anand Zur, and Howard Drawson. Not sure why you mentioned Bear McCreary, because he didn't do anything on Baldur's Gate or Baldur's Gate 2. But Bear McCreary does all the soundtracks for some of my favorite shows. Black Sails, Outlander, Battlestar Galactica. He's been getting into video games in the last few years, but his work on both God of War games was epic. But I love his work on. I think Black Sails was one of my favorite. But he also did like The Walking Dead, and he's one busy mofo. It's been really cool. I think the first time I ever heard Bear McCreary's work was on Battlestar Galactica. Oh yeah, haste makes everything kind of easy mode. It's great. All right, we're not gonna go through there yet because it's locked. We got to go back into here. Door's open now, so we should be able to go in here. Slowly but surely, the little green dots are getting closer. You can do it! Ooh, some fatigue.
Good to go?
I'm waiting.
Oh, it's gonna eat Emily now. Oh, I'm slowed.
Nature could find a home here if it will properly
Ah,
cleansed
it's
and
toast.
balanced.
We're good.
I'll see to it.
My character's slowed. It's awesome. Alright, that's one of the keys we need for later. That goes down. Yeah, I don't need to go in that room.
Just like old times. Well, except for the torture and all.
Torture and all.
A den of stinking evil. Cover your nose, boo. We will leave no crevice untouched.
All right. The Eyes of Truth. It's a helm of infravision. The Eyes of Truth. Being a scavenger of sort, Babette Maelstrom had this helm created to aid her in her dungeon excursions. She would later attribute her gathered wealth solely to its power, though likely it was as much her keen eyes as anything. It gives me infravision up to 120 feet, protects against stroke hits. That's going on my big boy. Let's give her some more healing potions. Does Minsk have any? He's got one. Okay. Quick save!
It's done.
I don't think there's anything else here we need. Actually, before we go in there, let me double check. I don't think I'm missing any of the wands. So, I think we're okay to go up this tunnel.
Yeah, let's do this quick and...
Oh, she charmed it. Nicely done, Jira. Oh, ice arrows. Let's quick save. I'm not in combat. What are you talking about? Let's just kill this goblin.
If I have to fight to get out of here, so be it.
Nature could find a home here if it were properly cleansed and balanced.
Right you are.
Alright. There's probably... Yep. Oh, I can't believe I walked across that trap. It didn't trigger it. Helm of Baldur. Elemental statue. And that. Oh, okay. So it says I'm confusing Michael Honing for Bear McCreary all these years. Ha ha ha, it's all good. Why are they getting hate from other companies, Sentinel? I have not seen that. Can you clue me in on that? Because I haven't seen any of that, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah, the Helm of Baldur. Legendary founder of Baldur's Gate. This is a nice helmet. Thaco +1, armor +1, saving throws +1, hit points +5, plus the crit hit protection. Alright, all of these have helmets now, so we're good. He's like, my life has been a lie. It's all good, man. Bear McCreary is my age. I think he's a little bit older, so he would have been way too young to have worked on Baldur's Gate. He would have been like in his late teens, early 20s, because he would have still been in college at that point. But Bear McCreary is probably my favorite modern composer. He is fucking awesome. Like the Black Sails, with the hurdy-gurdy, like, oh man. And I remember watching all of his Facebook videos on the behind-the-scenes stuff when he was putting together the score for Black Sails, which anybody out there, if you have not watched Black Sails, it was a pirate show that ran for, I want to say, how many seasons was it? Was it 3 seasons or 5 seasons? I'm going to go look it up real quick. You need to watch Black Sails. It's such a great show. It's basically the prequel to Treasure Island, only it's not for children. It is definitely a R-rated. Don't watch it if you're offended by nudity and sex. It was such a great pirate show. How many seasons? 4 seasons. 4 seasons, and Bear McCreary did all the soundtrack stuff for it. But that Toby Stevens played Captain Flint, just fucking rocked as Captain Flint. Such a good show. Such a good show. We've watched that through. You've watched it through twice. I've watched it through 3 times because I watched it the first time without you. I would totally watch that again. I would watch Black Sails again. My brothers even watched that one through twice. That's a great show if you like pirate stuff. Sentinel says Blizzard devs were complaining about the direction Larian taking their games with long early access and no microtransactions. It's on the BG3. That's why. If it's on the subreddit, I don't pay attention. I don't read Reddit. There's a YouTube video from a channel called Legendary Drops. AAA devs mad that Larian is giving so much freedom and aren't restricted by greedy parent companies. That sounds to me more like if it's on Reddit, I'm just gonna say no offense, but anything that shows up on Reddit, I tend to just discredit immediately, because it's more often than not, it's just a bunch of ranty little bitches being ranty little bitches and making. It's like the people who are making shit up about Baldur's Gate 3 early access, the head start, like it's coming out on July 31st. It's like, no, it's not. It's not. Yes, it is. Go look at the Reddit. There's a screenshot from the Discord. It's not. And then Larian Studios came out and made the statement, and it's like, yeah, actually that Reddit thread was a lie. So I tend to not believe anything that comes out of the subreddit. However, I mean, there could be somebody somewhere who has said something to that effect, but that sounds to me like more of a rumor mongering than anything else.
I'm there.
There were a few people who did that, and I've been sitting here on my channel for like the last 2 weeks since the panel from hell or whatever, telling people don't believe it. I even put out a YouTube short. I was like, don't believe it, don't believe it. And then they came out with the announcement, and I was like, told you, I told you, told everybody. It's unfortunate. But I think in all my years, I don't think I've ever seen Reddit have something truthful or valuable. At least on the subreddits. Some of the official, when a team has an official Reddit, that's a little different. But
Give me some direction.
I don't think I've seen, most companies don't worry about Reddit these days because it's kind of a cesspool. Chris Nielsen says the game Baldur's Gate 3 should not be the high bar, it should be an anomaly. It was started by an indie developer saying a small team and budget cannot live up to it.
I'm willing.
The interesting thing, if you go back and listen to Sven talk about it, they pitched Wizards of the Coast on a Baldur's Gate game back when they were doing Divinity, before they did Divinity Original Sin. And Wizards turned them down and said, you don't have enough experience to do it. So they went out and did 2 successful RPGs in the style of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 with their own take on it. And then Divinity Original Sin was so successful that they were able to go back to Wizards of the Coast, pitch them again, and then it was like, okay, well, yeah, you guys have done a good enough job. We'll let you do this. Why don't you guys make Baldur's Gate 3? And that's when they got the funding with Wizards of the Coast to make it. And that's when they expanded the team from 120 people to 400 people. I would argue that Larian Studios has gone from being an independent studio to a AAA studio with Baldur's Gate 3.
protect me.
Are you watching my stream, Chris? I hear my voice in the corner again. Or are you watching an older video? I was going to tell you that the graphics for this game are quite different than... I was going to ask your opinion on the graphics. Help us! Who are you? What's going on here? We are his possessions, his servants, his concubines. How can I help you? Take our acorns to the queen. In the Windspiral Hills. Deliverance from this Irenicus. So this is when we first get the name Irenicus. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Okay. Ah, we have a name for our captor at least. You're supposed to still in motion, but he is barren inside. I'm not sure what he expects. Alright, I will be happy to help you. No, I have the acorns. I have your acorns. Okay, he uses her key.
So beautiful. I used to dream of dryads and their
Crancy Panda
beautiful
says, I hope
trees.
Landon ends up setting the bar for what a AAA game should be like. Well, I play a lot of games, folks. And I feel like a lot of companies, there is an unfortunate side effect of being a big company and having so many mouths to feed, right? So many employees. You have to worry about deadlines because there's a very limited amount of money to pay your developers. And so you have to make a timeline and try to make your game within that budget and that time restriction. And this is what leads to games releasing in a buggy state, because at some point you have to push the product live even if it's not 100% ready to go. And I think a lot of people have forgotten that Larian Studios has been just as guilty of this as other big companies. Divinity Original Sin 2 was a buggy hot mess when it launched. They fixed it with patches, but it was a buggy hot mess when it launched. I would expect Baldur's Gate 3 to have a lot of bugs when it launches as well. But just because a game launches with bugs does not mean it's a bad game, and it doesn't mean that the company behind it is a bad company. I still to this day, like, everybody bitched and moaned and yelled at CD Projekt Red for the launch of Cyberpunk 2077. And I agree, it was a buggy hot mess when it came out, and there was a lot of issues. But I played it, it was still fun, even with all the blue screen crashes and all the bugs. Cyberpunk 2077 was a great game, and they've made it better since then. I could point to, Ubisoft and all these companies that push out buggy releases, and the gaming community wants to crucify them for it. It's not fair of the gaming community to want to crucify these companies for having buggy launches, because there's so many factors that go into why these games have to launch within a certain time frame, whether or not there are bugs or not. There's not an infinite amount of money that lets these companies just develop these games into their perfectly polished things. That being said, Larian Studios has, I think, done a very good job with Baldur's Gate 3 early access in terms of working hard towards showing people that they are an extremely capable team that is going to deliver an experience that is going to sort of elevate the CRPG side of things, right? Whereas, looking at CD Projekt Red, Cyberpunk 2077 did amazing things for that genre of, like, sci-fi shooter. And I'm very interested in what Starfield is going to be doing with a, Skyrim/Fallout in space RPG. But I feel like this is Larian's opportunity to show the world that they are not just an indie team. They are, in fact, capable of making AAA games. And I think this is their chance to make their mark. So, I have a feeling that bar is going to be set, and it will be fine. I think the big thing is going to be people not jumping on the crucifixion bandwagon when Baldur's Gate 3 launches with bugs, because it's going to launch with bugs. It's impossible to launch a game of this magnitude and not have bugs. It's just not possible. Serious says Baldur's Gate had great lore behind it, how it got started as well, so it only makes sense. Yeah, I mean, Forgotten Realms was already a thing when they were developing. I mean, the original title for the first Baldur's Gate game was literally Forgotten Realms. It was literally called Forgotten Realms because they were calling it what the tabletop world was called. So there was a ton of lore. Like being able to dive in and see Drizzt Do'Urden and Elminster and all these characters brought to life in the original Baldur's Gate. And Volo, you know, so cool. Other companies won't be making games like Larian because they are forced to monetize. Maybe. I would argue that there are plenty of games that don't monetize. Jedi Sentinel, Jedi Fallen Order. Great examples of games by Respawn that are not monetized in that way. They're just great single-player experiences. Meanwhile, Respawn also does Apex Legends, which is heavily monetized. You know. Early access was technically a several years long beta. Absolutely. Christensen said the CEO for EA made more money in 4 years than the entire budget of BG3. That's an ongoing issue. All anyone has to look at is the ongoing writer's strike and the actors' strike that's taking place right now in Hollywood. You know, the comments made by Bob Iger from Disney. And he's done great things for Disney over the years, but his comments the other day about how, oh, there's just no money to pay actors extra, to pay the writers extra. It's like, dude, you took a $27 million paycheck home last year. Fuck off with this idea. You know, Tom Cruise took home an $80 million paycheck for Mission Impossible, the new one that's coming out right now. $80 million paycheck, right? Now, granted, that's because he's working as a producer, you know, and all these other things along with just being an actor. And those are guild rates, you know, but, you know, there's disparity with people at the top for sure. Prancing Panda says I would be surprised if it had no bugs. Yeah, it's not going to have no bugs. It'll be a buggy mess when it launches. Gary Bill says I can see game devs for other RPGs freaking out when everyone wants to hold them to the same standards. That's possible. It could happen, Sentinel. There might be some game save things that break the game. I'm not sure. We will find out. Oh, now you're watching my stream. I'm spying because I hear my voice in the corner. This is an old game, Chris. This game came out in like 2000 or 2001. Back before you had gray hair. Before I had gray hair too. That's fair. Oh, yeah, that's because your hair is a lie. So this is the room where if you trigger the alarm, the golems will come, but we took care of the golems, so we should be fine.
All right, all right. What is this place? It's beautiful. Oh, there is simply no way that this space belongs to the same person that owns those horrible glass containers.
I love the fact that you get XP for disarming traps in this game because so many other games don't give you XP for disarming traps. It's really cool. Oh, that's the other wand item. Piece of the equalizer sword. I think that was all the traps. No, that was not all the traps. I apparently missed that one. Well, shit.
If it must be done.
I'm gonna load. I don't want to leave XP on the table like that.
Gotcha. this place. It's beautiful. Oh, there is simply no way that this space belongs to the same person that owns those horrible glass containers.
There we go. There we go. All of those traps done now.
I hope this is worth it.
Save scum for the win! I'm a big fan.
Yeah?
Alright, let's
I'll
load
see
up.
to it.
She's full. Alright, let's check these out. I don't think she's going to be able to tell what these are yet. Oh, she did. I'll wear these because I have no... Okay. And that's a quick save moment. Alright. Alright, folks, we're going to do an experiment here. I am going to... Let me edit this real quick here. Customization. Where did it go? Okay, never mind. It's not going to work. Oh, I see how this is. Okay, never mind. You've been playing Jagged Alliance 3. So has Slandered. Slandered. If you're not following Slandered Gaming, that's another great channel you should play. He plays a lot of CRPGs and stuff, and he's been playing Jagged Alliance 3. I have no time to play it, so that's it. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap up here. I'm going to go maybe watch an episode of The Witcher with Chris. She says no, she's tired. So I guess we're going to go to sleep. So we're going to head to bed. I will be streaming Baldur's Gate 3 again tomorrow. We're going to be continuing the journey with our Beastmaster tomorrow morning. Probably around, I don't know, I think like mid-morning Central Time. I think I got well, let me just look real quick. I'll tell everybody what the schedule is tomorrow. And while I'm looking at the schedule, I want to give a shout out. We've got a lot of super chats earlier on. Black Fist dropping money on the channel. Thank you so much, Black Fist. Who else dropped a super chat? I can't scroll up enough. But thank you to those of you who are supporting with super chats. Also, thanks to our members. We did today's stream earlier today in the morning. We did a Baldur's Gate 3 stream. It was the first time I've ever done a members only chat stream, and that was a way to sort of as an extra perk, because we have 3 tiers of membership on the channel. We do a lot of private videos and stuff, but it was kind of cool to do like a members only chat stream this morning. So we'll probably do some more of those in the future. We'll alternate between ones like this that are open to anybody who subscribes to the channel, and then we'll do some members ones as well. So for those of you who support with memberships, thank you so much. There's some more fun stuff coming to the pipeline just for you guys. So if you can support, please do. Memberships are a great way, 3 different tiers. You can also drop a super chat. Thanks to those of you who do. Let's look at tomorrow's schedule real quick. First thing in the morning at 6 a.m. Central Time, we have an inventory management for Baldur's Gate 3 video going live, followed by a Witcher Season 3 Episode 3 review. Chris and I watched that last night. That's at 8 a.m. Central, and I will be streaming after that. So, I'll be streaming like 9 or 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Panda says he's up at 2 a.m. for that. So yeah, I'm gonna head out, hang out with Chris for a bit, probably watch some TikTok for a couple of hours. I'm not gonna watch TikTok for a couple of hours. I might, you never know. And I'm really surprised because Lucas doesn't normally stay in here at night, and he's in here with us tonight. So he's just really stressed about that stray cat that won't leave. So thanks everybody. See you tomorrow. Have fun. Ryan Cranston, I didn't see your comment till just now. Usually I didn't send them favorite search, but to play in early access for 200 hours, I usually end up with an air arsenal from scum saving and stealing everything. I like scum saving. The only downside with Baldur's Gate 3 is the load times are atrocious. At least with my ancient laptop. Even on the solid state that I have on this thing, the load times are pretty redonkulous. So I try not to scum load too much. Anyway, see y'all tomorrow morning. Have a good night.